Hi everybody, and welcome back to Charlie and me, our camping vlog. You may have noticed from the beginning titles that this is County Clare Part 1. There are loads of campsites in Clare. In fact, we've been to one during the summer in Doonbeg in County Clare. This time we're going to Doolin. Now there are two campsites there, Nagles in Doolin, which is a fantastic campsite, and that's where we're going first. And there's O'Connor's also in Doolin. Now Doolin to me is a beautiful, quaint Irish village. And it's kind of split into two parts. Down where Nagles are is real diddly-idle-do Irish. And up where O'Connor's, there's a hotel, there's a pub, there's a pizzeria, but it's still Doolin, County Clare. Now, it's a fair old drive. Deirdre's away with the family, all of her sisters. They're going away for the weekend. So it's myself and Charlie. Now, we have never stayed in the second campsite, O'Connor's. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that place. You have to drive past it to actually get to Nagles. But we're heading to Nagles, first of all. I'll put the details down here. It's a fabulous site. I've been there 15 times. There's no beach where we're going in Doolin in County Clare, but there is the harbour where you can get the ferries to see the cliffs of Moher. You can get the ferries out to the Aran Islands and loads of just out seeing dolphins and whale watching and stuff like that. It's a long trip, so I'm going to give you a fair bit of road footage. We've got to go through Tipperary. We've got to go through parts of County Limerick. We've got to go through the tunnel just before Bunratty Castle. I'll show you that bit. It's a toll tunnel. All tolls in Ireland for... Hang on, I'll just turn this off. All tolls in Ireland for motorhomes are the same as cars. So whatever you pay for a car is what you will pay for a motorhome. In this case, I think it's 190 as we go through the toll bridge. So a little bit of road footage. Can I first of all, remind you, the usual crack. If you can subscribe, we'd really, really appreciate that. Really do. And of course, the podcast as well with myself and Chris. You might notice there in the background, our little Fiat 500. I think that's coming up in next week's video. I'm not too sure. Okay, let's get some road footage. Let's get you over into your seat. Come on, let's go. And we'll make a move towards Doolin in County Clare. I suppose a lot of you, especially the Irish, know the song "It's a Long Way to Tipperary." That song was not written about the town Tipperary here in Ireland. However, like most things, we've grabbed hold of it. We're milking it just slightly. And I'll show you what I mean with this photograph. For us, it's only an hour's drive to Tipperary town. We're going to go through Tip Town and then we're going to stop at the plaza for a bite to eat. It's 25 past 10 in the morning. We've still got a good, possibly 2.5 hour drive ahead of us. It's brightening up a little bit. We're coming towards the end of the camping season in Ireland. It's the last weekend in September. We tend to finish up around the October bank holiday weekend. But Charlie and me are going to visit some of the sites that are open all year round as well. It'll be bleak like it was when we started doing these videos. Anyway, we're going to pull in here to the plaza, get a bite to eat, and then we'll hit on the road again with a little more road footage. I mentioned earlier on that the skies are brightening up, and as you can see from the road footage here, we're just short of Limerick City. The heavens have opened. The things we do for you guys, huh? So I mentioned that the N18, which is the Limerick-Galway West Road, we'll turn off this national route onto some secondary roads, but we go through a tunnel which goes under the River Shannon, which flows into Limerick. The tunnel, you're going to see it here now on the footage. Limerick is 7 kilometres, Shannon Airport 21 kilometres, Galway 100 kilometres. Now you go through the tunnel, which we're going through now, and Charlie doesn't like this, so I have to hang on to him for this bit. I'm going to push that up a bit. And then after the tunnel you pay the toll, which, as I said to you, toll roads were the same as a car, which I think in this instance is about 180, 190. But here's the tunnel. Charlie doesn't like these tunnels. There's this one, there's one in Cork as well. And we went through a couple in France one year, and he was only a pup then, he didn't like it at all. He sits here in the passenger seat, he's tethered in of course on the seatbelt, but he just sticks his nose to the vent, so I keep fresh air coming in through the vent. And that's the tunnel on the N18, which leads you onto the N19, which becomes a motorway in a couple of minutes. Speed limit along here is still only 100 kilometres. And now you'll see the toll booth in 1 kilometre, and we'll pay our toll there. I know the light is a bit off here, just we're coming up to the toll booth. I always go through the one that has the attendant. It's so easy to just go through and pop your money in, but I like to think I'm trying to keep them in a job here. Sorry about how dark it is because the camera is focusing on here. Hello. Right. Lovely jubbly. Thank you. You stay there. Thanks. And that's how easy it is. 190 for the toll, and that's the only toll on this road. We're on the N18, which becomes a motorway now in a couple of minutes. One thing I'll say to you, if you're not used to these roads, especially after you leave Ennistimon on the way to Doolin or Lisdoonvarna, watch out for cyclists and tourists driving cars. They're not familiar. You know, they've probably got a rented car, and they tend to rent big cars, big BMWs, Mercedes, Peugeots, but big bodied cars. So just be careful if you're not too familiar. As you see from the road footage, the roads now are pure country roads, and I'm clocking along here at 30 miles an hour, just short of 50 kilometers an hour. We're coming into Doolin village, and the first place you'll see right in front of us is O'Connor's campsite, and that'll be featured in part 2 of County Clare. We have Doolin Pier, Fenor is up this way, Doolin Caves are that way, the Burren Coast Road, a beautiful drive. We're heading down towards the pier. Now right in front of us here, where I stop at this junction, is the campsite we're going to tomorrow. I have never been to that campsite. It's O'Connor's Guest House B&B and campsite. It's just over there, if you can see it on the footage. I love Doolin village. This is part of it here, but I love the part that I'm going to talk you through now. The campsite is just over there. Now before I go into, we're going to Nagles Caravan and Camping Park, but before I go in there, I want to drive down to Doolin Pier, because the weather is absolutely brutal. We've had sunshine and showers since we've left County Tip, but I want to drive you down through the village now, and I'll drive you out to Doolin Pier just to show you how close it is to the campsite where we're going. Doolin Pier, a lot of people wild camp or boondock as they call it in the States on Doolin Pier. I never have done. I've often arrived at Doolin early and cooked breakfast on Doolin Pier and then booked into the campsite. Up that road there, where that camper's going up the hill, brings you to the Cliffs of Moher and a place called the Stone Cutter's Cottage. It's a beautiful restaurant. Now this is the village. Very touristy. You've got the sweater shop, you've got village crafts, Aran jumpers to beat the band, Irish knits, the old village cafe. A fabulous place for food here is O'Connor's Pub on the right hand side. Absolute fantastic food. This place is very touristy, as you see by that bus ahead of us and that person driving on the wrong side of the road looking for a parking space. This is what I was telling you about tourists. Watch out for them when they're driving. Right, we'll make our way out of the village. Golf course, pitch and putt course on your left hand side. You'll see in just a couple of minutes the campsite on our right hand side. The cars park all along here during the peak season, June, July, August. It's hard to get a camper van through there with cars parked down on the wrong side. Right in front of us is the sea. And just in front of us here on the right hand side, that house you can see in front of us now on the right is the Caravan Park. You'll see on the right hand side some motorhomes in. We're just going to drive past. It's Nagles Caravan and Camping Park. We're going to drive past it. And walkers and cyclists, watch out for them as well. But what we love about here, there's no beach, but Doolin Pier, that's the campsite there. But we'll go in there in just a couple of moments. But let's take a trip down. Look at that. This is Doolin Pier, where the ferries sail from, weather permitting. Now I'm going to put a jacket on and just get you. Actually, I really don't want to get out. So what I'll do is I'll drive right up to the water's edge. This part where we're driving onto now was washed away in storms and it's all been re-tarred. But look at this. And that's why it's called the Wild Atlantic Way, ladies and gentlemen. I've just hopped out of the camper. You have to buzz in and the chap will be down. Ken, I think the owner's name is, but here's the campsite. Toilet blocks just up there, that's where Ken lives. Toilet blocks, a couple of static units. Right behind those walls there, there's more units. We'll take a walk around later on. That's one of the lifeboats from the local lifeguard station. Plenty of, all the pitches are tar and cement with water and electricity. The whole place, as you can see, is tarred. There's a green area here for tents again, all with electricity. As I mentioned, we've been coming here for years. We normally come down St. Patrick's weekend, but this year, I think because of the Charlie and me videos, we didn't get a chance to come down. The season is almost over, but there's a little shop here and where you check in, reception, but it's got the essentials and some camping gear as well. The owner is making his way down to check us in now. So we'll get set up and we'll be back to you in a couple of minutes. Well, we want to get a bit of grub first. Okay, so we're in the gate. I'm just going to drive you around and show you the size of this campsite. Ken is the chap's name. He's very nice. The season is officially finished here. He said he opened this weekend because he had a few bookings, but officially he's closed. When you make your way in here, he has put in some glamping pods. think there's about 100 pitches here. They're all tar and cement. A lot of them have water and electricity. In fact, I think all of them have water. There's the new glamping pods that went in just there. He's only got 3 of them. A new playground went in a couple of years ago, which I will show you as we, sorry, just move this, as we make our way around. We're at number 60, 61. I'm going to park down the front. I love being parked down the front, but just to show you around the site. This saves me taking you for a walk later. However, later on I will, I'll show you the pitches that are close by to us just so you can get an idea of the size of the pitches. There's the new playground. Well, new, it's in a couple of years. A great addition to the site. Since we've been coming here, he has built new toilet blocks, again, a couple of years, over the last couple of years. The toilet blocks there in front of us. Up to the right, there's 2 or 3 static units and more stands for caravans. And you've got the kitchen, which is open from 8 AM to 10 PM. And I'm going to take number 13, believe it or not. Some say it's unlucky. There's a chap here in an English Reg with a twin axle. I'd like to see what he's towing on that, but we'll pull in here. Now down here, these pitches don't have water. We have power, but we don't have water because the water is just over there. I had a closer all recorded, myself and Charlie, sitting down in the harbour, but when I came back and listened to it on video, the wind, even with the windsock on the microphone, was just crazy. So we're here doing a closer now. We've just had breakfast and we're getting ready to make our way towards part 2, which is O'Connor's Caravan and Camping Park in Doolin in County Clare. It's lashing out of the heavens. In fact, it rained so heavy last night, it kept me awake for quite a lot of the night. And if I get a chance, just to let you hear what the rain was like, I'll put some in here now. It was pretty heavy. It really, really was. Things to do in Doolin. First of all, there's lots to do in Doolin. Right outside Nagles, you've got the ferries to the islands. You can get the brochure. There's ferries to the Aran Islands, the Cliffs of Moher. It gives you the schedules. It's just fantastic. I've never done it, I have to be honest, but we see throngs of people making their way towards the ferries. When you arrive here, Ken and the staff will give you a map, and there are all the things you can be doing around here. For example, there's the Rock Story down at the Burren. There's a Geo Park. There's just lots to do. Let me see. Right, you've got Allowee Caves. You've got Doolin Caves. You've got surfing in Lahinch, Fenor. I can never remember the name of the places. I actually think I have them here saved on my phone. But there are loads of places that you can drive to. Loads of things to do around here. If you just do, yes, Lisconnor, Lisdoonvarna, Fenor and Lahinch. They're fabulous towns, villages within driving distance of here. You've got the Burren, the Cliffs of Moher, the Allowee Caves, the Doolin Caves. There's plenty of places to eat. I mentioned in the beginning of the video as we were driving in O'Connor's, which is just up the top of the hill from the campsite. And then up at the, now that's O'Connor's pub, nothing to do with O'Connor's riverside camping that we're going to, but there's O'Connor's pub. Fabulous, fabulous food in there. And peak season, you're lucky to get fed in there. We go to the Stonecutters restaurant, which is about 3 or 4 kilometres, but it's up a hill. You're not walking and you're not cycling, unless you're an avid walker and cycler. There's lots of gift shops and local craft shops and stuff like that to be had just here on what I call the main street in Doolin. And as I say, then you've got the ferries, the Aran Islands, the Cliffs of Moher, dolphin watching, the whole lot. There's surfing on Lahinch. There's surf classes. This map here of the Allowee Caves shows you lots and lots and lots and lots of things to do in the area as well. If I can open the flipping thing, you see there's another map, and all these little specks are things to do. Doolin, Nagles, Caravan and Camping Park. Don't charge for showers. Yeah, showers are free. There's a camper's kitchen. There's plenty of showers, plenty of toilets. They're spotless. Bins, playground. You're right at the harbour. It's a 10-minute walk less up a slight hill to the village, what we call it, which is just a main street, but it's so beautiful. A little bit later on, we're making our way to part 2 of our trip to Clare, a visit to Clare, where we're going to, as I say, O'Connor's Riverside Caravan and Camping Park. I've never stayed there. It's less than a kilometre from here. You okay? Mwah. You're gorgeous. That's it from Charlie and me, the usual. Don't forget to subscribe, and myself and Chris have the Camping Crew podcasts. And that's it. Next time we talk to you, I'll probably be wearing the same clothes, okay? Just in case you cop that. But we're only going to be a kilometre up the road from here. Have a great day. If you're still camping, camp safe, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Bye from Charlie and me. There's loads of restaurants in town. There's loads of bars in town. The campsite, €25. Now we only paid €20 for tonight, but it's only myself and Charlie, including electric hookup. I'll put details just below on the screen here of their website, and you can check it out for next season. It is September, but as you see when we were driving around the campsite, there's quite a few units in, and a few more after coming in since we got here. But if you have a car, bikes, there's a couple of cycle routes as well, by the way. But this part of County Clare is beautiful. This is Doolin. It's Nagles Caravan and Camping Park for part 1 of the Doolin trip. And part 2 will be O'Connor's, which is actually uptown, kind of more or less in the centre of everything. But over there...